Hey guys, Clayton here again. This time I'll be running you through one of my brand new reels. I picked up a 4500H Saltiga 2015 model. So, a bit of information on the bad boy first. You've got a Xeon air rotor and air bail. It's mag sealed on the side plates and the bearings. You've got your digigear, your automatic tournament drag, which is really cool. So the automatic tournament drag, what it does is, in a nutshell, it's a different design in the spool. It helps stop the pulsation of the spool when a fish starts taking the drag. So seemingly what it's implying to me is that it applies a small amount of pressure to start with, then it ends up being its top drag pressure that you've got it set to, so it doesn't have just a large amount of pressure straight out the box. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how that one goes. So we'll open them up. The 4500H in particular, it draws 1.10 meters per crank. It's 5.7 gear rated, weighing in at 610 grams. Has 14 bearings, 13 in the main body and 1 in the your anti-reverse bearing, one in your anti-reverse bearing. So it punches out 15 kilos of drag, which is pretty cool. So PE rating, I'm going to be running PE4 on mine, and it's rated to 300 meters of that, so that's pretty cool. So out of the box, it comes in a nice neoprene cover, which you can in turn leave this on your rod and wrap that around your rod to protect it while you're transporting the rod in a boat. So that's pretty cool. Now, what I've noticed with this as opposed to my Stellas is you've got the stem coming out of the gearing instead of putting a stem into the gearing. Yeah, out of the box, I really like that they've given you like a jigging knob as such, rather than those big, hefty, oversized power grips. I really don't like them. So bearing wise, there's a bearing in there. It's not, doesn't spin for near as long as what a Stella does, but we're not really worried about the handle. What I like about the bail arm is it's a nice thick solid bail arm that's not got any indentations there. When I show you the Stella, you'll see that it's got an indentation there, and that collects the water. Now I'll have to put a zoomed in shot as a picture overlay, but your line roller, it doesn't have a little gap that your braid sits into. It's got a nice big ramp, so that way you can run heavy leaders straight onto the spool. So that's really good for if you're going to be jigging, because normally you'll want 2 meters a leader, and if you're using a rod that's 1.5 meters long, then some of it's going to be on here when you pack up at the end of the day. So as it is cosmetically, really nice reel. Smoothness wise, out of the box, I prefer the Stella. The Stella is a lot smoother. But longevity wise, we'll see how they both run. Now, as well as that, in the box you get all your warranty information, as well as a braid retention. So once you've fully spooled it with your braid, you whack that around the spool, which is really good. I don't like when the spools have those little plastic bits coming off them that you keep your line on, your line clips. Then it's got some spacer washers, so just for above the spool. So getting into it, you can see it's all nice and sealed in through the bottom here, really nice. All the shaft support, I should say, has a nice bit of grease on it just to keep it longevity wise. Now the underneath of the spool just has a drag clicker. All your drag in these are in the top here, so we'll see how that goes. Now drag wise, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's got a nice click to it, which is not overly important, but really good for getting the excitement level going when big Spano comes and hits it. So made in Japan, as most of them are, from Daiwa. So we'll see how it goes for the season. Cheers for tuning in.